Yeah, the coach of Team USA is gone, Vlatko Andonovski. He failed in the Olympics with Team USA. Then he failed in the World Cup with Team USA. A lot of controversy follows him. He took a program that had done really well under the prior coach, Jill Ellis, and they failed to win. You can use excuses or explanations. Well, team in transition. It was one of the youngest rosters Team USA's ever had. You can use the explanation that he was trying to build formations and breakout patterns to the talents of all the really young, skilled people they have. Sophia Smith, Brittany Rodman, etc. But at the end of the day, he's responsible for formations, the game plan. He's responsible for the substitutions. He's responsible for why did you move this, change this player's position, and make her play something different in the World Cup games. They scored only 4 goals in 4 games, 3 of them against an overwhelmed Vietnam team. They went 1-1-2, got to the knockout round against Sweden and got knocked out. I watched all those games in the middle of the night, and I thought, yeah, it's frustrating. They did not score goals. They had a lot of opportunities, but all their young players were the ones who were taking the shots, and they were hitting crossbars and hitting post and getting shots blocked point blank right in front. They just could not put the ball behind the net. So he gets gassed. I think the bigger story is that his international record with Team USA was only 3-5-2. He won only 3 of the 10 games with a program that was back-to-back World Cup champion 2 straight times. Where do they go from here? This is going to be interesting because this is marquee job. There's no doubt that Team USA has resources and assets and great, great young talent. Where do they go? They supposedly want to talk to Serena Weigman, who is the head coach of the team that's going to play Sunday in the championship. She's from England. She's really good. The English Federation says, no, she has a contract through 2025. We're not going to let you talk to her. There's talk about the coach that put Team Canada into the knockout round, and then they finally got eliminated. Bev Priestman. She's done a really good job with virtually no resources at all. Interesting name, free spirit. His name is Graham Potter. Coached for Chelsea. He's had 2 different jobs in the English Premier League. Very aggressive guy, very dynamic guy in terms of formations, wants to push the ball up the pitch. Graham Potter's going to get some consideration. And one other name that's just surfaced, and contract is up, and this is really interesting. His name is Peter Gerhardsson. He's the head coach of Sweden. Sweden, of course, got into the knockout round and finally got knocked out, but Sweden's the one that took Team USA down. It's a marquee job, and there'll be a lot more names that will surface. The head coach from England, Weigman, is really, really good. So they'll probably do something different, but I don't think the cupboard is empty by any stretch. I do think they need a different personality and a different leader. And whether that's an American or whether that's a Euro, they just have to build a program that's going to play to the Sophia Smiths and the Rodmans of the world, because all these girls are going to come back without maybe 2 or 3 of the great veterans who have now retired.
Yeah, well, I think we expected this to happen because this is what always happens in the World Cup. It's like Black Monday, the day after they get jettisoned. But it's interesting that you brought up a lot of alternative coaches that are already national coaches. It makes you wonder, what about some of the professional coaches here in the United States, or even some of the top collegiate coaches? Is this like way above their pay grade?
No, not really. There's a coach by the name of Jesse Marsh. I think it was with New York Red Bull and also coached in the English League. There's a coach in Colorado and MLS that I think is going to get some consideration too. But when you have a chance to get a marquee coach from a World Cup program that has all that experience, has been there, built it, and done it, I think you make a run. And there's no doubt that, Team USA's got a lot more resources to make available than they do in England or Hungary or Poland or wherever else. So that'll be fascinating. The hire's not going to come in the next 15 minutes. I guarantee you that. So it was time. And I usually don't call for coaches to be fired, but I just did not understand what Vlatko was doing with first of all substitution patterns, and then moving people around at midfield and at fullback, which made no sense to me, and why you're not starting some people and you're bringing them off the bench, and why some games you didn't bring anybody off the bench when you obviously needed a boost. I mean, you go 4 games and score only 4 goals with the defending champion. Not good.
Yeah, there was a lot of criticism thrown around for sure. So yeah, turn the page. Let's see what's next.
Okay, and what is next?